So now we'll start with the programming concept. So that is introduction about programming elements, that is OOPS with C++. So today we will see here how to write a program using a OOPS concept, that is OOPS with C++. So in OOPS concept, we require a classes and objects here. So how to declare a class for a one particular program or one particular problem definition, and how to access those members of the class using the access operator through our objects here. So we'll take one common example here. So side by side, I'll show you the syntax as well as the programming example here. So before going for writing of the program, first you have to declare the header files. So these are my header files. So these are my header files. So you can declare the header files here hash include iostring dot h. If you want, you can use one more header file, that is hash include say conio dot h. So these are the declaration of your header files. So once the header file is declared, now you have to start with your classes. Okay. So for that purpose, you should know the class syntax. So class is a keyword. Okay, and then class name is a class name for your program or for your class here. So class name. So now suppose we are writing today, say a simple program, that is addition of two numbers program using a OOPS concept here. So here I will declare here say class name as class and class name as say addition. So addition is my class name. Okay. So this is say because C++ is a case sensitive language, so you have to use a small case here. So in class name, you have to open a brace. In that, you should declare first access specifiers. So these are my access specifiers. So which are the access specifiers we are using? So say private, say public, say protected. So either you can declare the your data members in private, or you declare the data members in public, or you can declare in protected mode here. So here access specifiers and then data members. So access specifiers and data members will come. So for this suitable example which are taken for class addition, so I'm using the access specifier as a private. So private means not access specifier where we can access the members of the class itself here. Okay, we can access members inside the class itself. That is private declaration. So now already I have taken this as the addition program. So we require two variables here. So those two variables are declared say int say x and say int y. So int x and y here. So these are my declaration of two variables. These are my input variables. So these are called data members here. And to store the result, I want here another variable say int say sum. So I'll take sum as a variable here. So int sum. So these are my data members which are declared under access specifier private. After that, we can declare the member functions here. So these are the member functions we can declare inside the class member function. So how to declare a member function here? So suitable member functions we have to take. So say now whenever writing a program, there will be a steps. Okay, which are the steps? First we require input. Once the input is done, then we have to go for the process. And once the process is completed, we will get a desired output here on the basis of process here. So we require three functions here. One is input function, one is process function, and one is output function here. So we will declare here member function say void. Okay, say input data. Say input data function name. So you can declare any function name here related to input function. So you can write enter data function, you can write enter function, you can write input data function, or you can write just input function, say get data function. So suitable input function name you have to give here. So now I am writing body of the function here itself inside the class. So this is called the inside declaration. So I'll write here inside the class only the body of the function, that is input data function. So I'll write here cout. Okay. So all of you know what is cout here. Cout stands for console input output. That is console in output. So cout. Okay, that is console output. Cout enter two numbers. So enter two numbers. So now I have to give here cin, that is console input. I want to input two numbers here. So cin, this is the extraction operator. We are using cin. So I have taken two variables, say x and y. After that, this body of the function will get closed here only. After that, you have to go to next, that is process function. So write here void, okay, say process function. So addition already name I have taken as a class name, so I cannot take same function name and class name as the same, so I have to take a different here suitable function name for the processing. So I'll go for the, say, you can say summation, or you can write sum is already used, so I'll use summation as a function name. Okay, that is suitable name I have taken summation. Then open the brace here. So once you open the brace, you have to go for the process. In process, you are using sum to store the result. So sum equal to x plus y, x plus y, x plus y. So close this. After the closing, after the closing, we have to go for the next function, that is, say, a output function. So for output function, you can use suitable output function name. So void, I can use your output data as a function name. You can use only output. You can use put data. You can say display. So the suitable function name should be given for the output function. So open the brace. And now here we want to display the result. So cout sum, okay, given directly here answer cout sum, and then close the brace here, and then close the class here. So see here we are written here member functions, and after that I have closed the class here. So class closing will be done by using semicolon. So once the class is completed, now we want to access these members using a main function here. So whichever functions you declare, those should be accessed using the object here. That is only oops concept class is an object here. So how to declare that? So we want your main function. So say this is the main function. Say this is the main function. Say this is the main function. Okay. So in that, I have to declare a class name and object name. Class name and object name here. So class name and object name. So similarly, I will declare in this example, say void main. All of you know what is void means. Void means it will not return any value back. So void main function. Open the brace. My class name is addition. So write addition as my class name. And suitable object name you can use here. So any object name you can use. So for this example, addition I have given as a, say, class name. So I'll use AD as an object name here, or you can write only A itself as an object name. So I have written here AD as the object name. So once you declare the object, using object you should access the members of a class here. So how to access that? So you should take your object, okay, name dot member function name, member function name. So that should be declared. So how many member functions are there, that many objects you have to access, or that many times you have to access those member functions using the object here. So AD dot, okay, my first function is there, input data, input data. Then I have to access with the process. So AD dot given a summation. So summation is my function name for the process. So I'm accessing process. And then I want to display a result, okay, processor a result. So for that purpose, I have to access output function. So output function. And then close your main function. So same thing here also. Closing will come here. Main function. So like that, we can use or we can write a program using classes and object here. Now, whatever I have shown that is inside the class, the definition is there, because you define all functions inside the class. So see here, class is started with this brace. Class, I'll just show you with the color code, so you'll get idea. So say the class is started with this brace here and class is closing with this brace here. And now this is called inside declaration. The member functions were declared inside the class here. Now similarly, we can declare those member function outside the class also using scope resolution operator here. So I'll modify here only in this program only and I'll show you how to use a member functions or how to define member function outside the class here. So this is the same as your declaration of your class. From here, we have to declare, say, a void. Okay, I have not declared public, I should write public, otherwise it will be in this one only private. So public, I have to use public as a data member function. From here I have to use void input data semicolon, the next function void summation bracket semicolon void output data semicolon, and then close the class here itself. So we are closing the class here itself. Only we are defined or we are declared a member function inside the class. So I'll take this is upside. So because syntax also will go change. So from here, after that we have to declare here, okay, void. Okay, this is a return type. You can say return type. I'll write here return type. Return type. Okay. Then class name, then scope resolution operator, and then function name, member function. And then inside that, I have to declare a body of the function here. So return type, class name, member function, and then inside body of that function here. So see here, void, okay, class name is addition. So here addition will come, scope resolution operator, so that is small case, input data, and then body of the function here. Similarly for this also I have to write void addition scope resolution operator and then a body of the function, and then for this also void addition scope resolution operator and output data, and this will get cancelled. And then a main function will come as usual. Okay, so there is no change in a main function, so main function remain as it is here. So see here we have written both kind of programs here, inside a class and outside a class. So see, this is called inside a class and outside a class declaration. So this is your now outside a class declaration. Now these are called access specifiers, so we can write here private, public, or protected. So we are using private here, and here also we can write public, private, or protected. If I not mention private and public, or if I not mention any access specifiers, so by default it will take as a private only. Okay, it will take private as a access specifier. So if you want to access outside the class, at that time you should declare this in terms of public section here. So this is about the classes and object, how to write down the program. So before going to write the program, you should know first definition, or you should know the question. You should understand the question meaning, what to write here. Then you have to write down the raw structure. You can say you have to write what is the input function, what is the process function, what is the display function or output function, what are the requirements there, what kind of data is required, what kind of formula is required, and what kind of result will get generated. That you have to work, and then you have to start writing the program here. So today we are seeing just a basic example or basic idea about how to use classes and objects here. Using classes and objects, we are written the program that is called OOPS with C++, that is object oriented programming concept here. So for today's class, this much enough. We will see other part in the next class.